Woe to you, O earth and sea, for the devil sends the beast with wrath, because he knows the time is short. Let him who hath understanding reckon the number of the beast, for it is a human number. Its number is 666. Revelations 13:18, or the number of the beast from Iron Maiden. Anyway, before I started this reading, when I was shuffling the deck, the devil fell out on the floor. And I did have a few thoughts in my head while I was out walking the dog this morning. By the way, it's Sunday morning here in Australia, and yeah, a lot of people are out taking themselves to church this morning, and I feel for who I'm reading for, your divine masculine has taken himself off to church this morning. And, you know, why would that be? Well, he actually wants to expel the demon that is you from him. So, yeah, he's thinking that, you know, he can't stop thinking about you. He needs to get you out of his head. And, you know, he's a good little boy. He never does anything wrong. He's a stand-up person. And so, you know, he's going to toddle himself off to church today and, you know, try to get that demon out of him that is you. But what is the devil really? So, by the way, the devil card is XV, which is 15, and 15 in numerology breaks down to the number 6. And yeah, so as you can see here, you have the feminine and the masculine, and they're chained to each other and to the devil. And that's that really toxic attachment, codependent relationship energy. And, you know, the devil often relates to that narcissistic energy as well. You know, that controlling energy, restrictive energy, jealous energy, envious energy, all those lower frequencies. And where do the lower frequencies come from? They come from the ego and the mind. So yeah, the aim is to get into that soul-based frequency, which is the higher frequencies of trust, gratitude, forgiveness, truth, love, and unconditional love is the highest frequency of all, and unconditional truth. And unconditional love and unconditional truth are when you're in enlightenment, which is, you know, aka heaven. So, you know, most religions are loosely based around this concept. So I'm going to be having a cup of tea during this reading, and if you feel inclined to do so, you can grab a drink yourself, and we'll just leave him there as we start this reading. So I'm going to be using the Wise Witch Oracle cards, and we'll have a closer look what's going on with your person who's toddled himself off to church today, good little boy that he is. What is going on in his energy in the last 24 hours, and that's 24 hours from when you come across this reading. Balance. Harmony with nature is key. Connect with the elements for balance and wisdom. And I feel like your person is really searching for that balance. They're feeling very, you know, out of alignment. But, you know, it's almost like they're sniffing up the wrong tree. They're going in the wrong places trying to find it. Yeah, you're not going to find balance with these outdated religions who are, you know, very patriarchal. There's no balance there. We have the Ten of Wands. Yeah, your person is feeling very burdened. There's a lot on his mind. He's feeling very weighed down. And I feel it's to do with choices, and consequences is another word that's coming out. I'm just very much in the flow today, just going with whatever's coming into my mind today. And I've had the word repudiate or repudiation in my head today. And that's, to deny the truth. And I'm really picking up that that's what your person is in today, is in that repudiation energy. We have the King of Wands in the reverse position. Yeah, he's feeling like he's done something wrong. He's feeling like he's dirty, he's guilty, he's shameful, he's done something wrong. And that's, he's stuck in that societal expectation, what society expects of him. Which, what is wrong? It's a matter of perspective, isn't it? We have the Nine of Swords in the reverse position. Yeah, your person has been deliberating on this back and forth, back and forth. It's like, damned if I do, damned if I don't. Like if he allows himself to think of you, then he gets frustrated and he feels guilty and shameful and wrong. But then if he tries to stop thinking about you, he gets himself all wound up, anxious, and his life is just starting to, he's starting to go to a different vibration, a different frequency, and he's not resonating with the people around him and the things that he's been doing his whole life. And so he's feeling like an outsider in both regards at the moment. So we'll look at the card next to that, which is any blockages or obstacles or any further messages from Spirit around that. Companion. Listen to your inner voice. Your spirit guide is there to assist you. And we see the black cat here. And, black cats in tarot, they represent that psychic energy, that inner knowing, inner guidance from Spirit. And that's why I called this cat Spirit. So listening to that advice from Spirit. And, it's interesting that it's got companion, because that's what Spirit is. Spirit is always there with you. It is that energy that never leaves you. You are never alone. Spirit is always there with you. We have the Six of Cups. And yeah, Spirit is trying to guide your masculine around the situation between you and them. That this is a soul connection, that this is a past life connection. And, that this was meant to happen at this time. Stop denying it, stop repudiating it. King of Swords in the reverse position. And, the King of Swords is very much in his head. He's an overthinker, an overanalyzer. And, he's very much to the point, straight to the point. And he is that person that is, the epitome of what society expects him to be. He's a stand-up good guy, and like I say, it's about perspective. Who makes these rules? Who's saying that is the right way to be? He's too much in his head. He needs to get out of his head and start thinking with his heart, is what Spirit is saying. We have the Ten of Swords in the reverse position. And that is a death of the old way. Like his whole world as he knew it is ending. His way of thinking, his vibration, his frequency, the things that he used to want to be and want to do, and those dreams of the future, they've all ended because he's come into a new frequency as he's coming into alignment with you. So on the twin flame journey, the feminine will awaken first and go through an intense awakening process. And that will increase her energy, her vibration, her frequency, which in turn, because you are a reciprocating energy system, will raise the masculine's frequency as well, without him even having to do anything. And so that's why he's literally vibrated away from his old life, because of the inner work that you've done. So we'll look at your energy as it stands today, and we have clarity. Light a candle for clarity. Illuminate the path to your desires. And, you know, when I hear the word illuminate, I think of the moon, and that's that feminine goddess energy. And that is the balance that is lacking from, you know, going to church to these patriarchal energies. And, you know, I feel like you are subconsciously trying to rebalance that energy because he's out of balance today. By coming more into that divine feminine energy, that goddess energy. And would you look at that? The moon. You can't write this, can you? Well, I guess you could, but... So there it is, the divine feminine. That's that energy that you're stepping into. And we have the Three of Wands. And that's you building that solid foundation, doing the work that needs to be done on the inside. The inner work that brings you into that inner union, and that's work that is for the future, bringing you both together. So, you know, it all looks like a higgledy-piggledy mishmash on the outside. It's like, he's just not getting it, is he? He's trying to run away, he's trying to push me away, he's going to church, he's blah, blah, blah. Trust me though, he wouldn't be doing that if he didn't feel something. You know, it's because he's feeling that, that's why he's doing it. It's like, you know, every action has an equal and opposite reaction. So, you know, he was stuck in his thoughts about you, and that's why he's, you know, got himself all wound up and trying to take himself to church. It's not because he's not thinking about you, it's because he is. Two of Cups, yeah. Bringing it together into that balanced union, that balanced harmony, the feminine and the masculine, that, you know, equal polarity. And, you know, you've picked up on the fact that he's become unbalanced and, you know, going in the wrong direction of that one-sided, dogmatic, societal way of thinking. And you're trying to fix that by coming into the feminine. The more you come into the feminine, the more it will push him to come into that masculine energy and bring it into that inner union. And we have serenity, and this is messages from Spirit to you. Find serenity in nature's embrace. Nature is your sanctuary. And that is what Spirit is saying to you today, that, you know, this can be your church today. As he takes himself off to that cold stone building, you can take yourself off to nature to get that balance, to get that healing, to bring you both back into alignment and to steady those thoughts. You know, he's obviously in this hectic, chaotic thinking, and by you going out into nature, you can bring back that calm and peace, which again brings that balance. We have the Tower in the reverse position. Yeah, rebuilding. You know, the Tower comes along and smashes everything to the ground, but after the Tower comes the rebuilding. and building it back the way that you want it to be. So, you know, you've gone through your dark night of the soul, you've had your ego death, but now it's time for you to, you know, sit there and think of what you want for your future. What do you want to manifest for your future? We have the Four of Wands, and that's that union with your masculine. What do you want it to look like? You know, I'm getting this a lot from Spirit at the moment, is to actually allow yourself to think of it. I feel like a lot of you haven't allowed yourself to think of it. Allowing yourself to actually think of the minute details, what that would look like. Sometime in the future, you know. What does it look like when you're together? What is your day-to-day life like? Allow yourself to start thinking about that. We have the King of Cups, and the King of Cups is that husband energy, that loving partner, the loving masculine. What does your loving masculine look like? What does your day-to-day life with him look like? So we'll look at the middle card, which is the mutual energy between the two of you as it stands today. We have focus. Focus your energy. Your intentions hold great power. And again, we're getting that amethyst colour, which is reminding me of the third eye energy. Listening to your intuition. Listening to that guidance from Spirit. And we have the World in the reverse position. And that's old cycles closing out, old ways of thinking, old energy ceasing. You know, your masculine is vibrating away from those old ways. You know, he may have fallen back into it today, but, you know, that's just a bump in the road. And by you increasing your energy, you'll bring it back into harmony. And we have the Queen of Wands. And the Queen of Wands is that creative energy. And that's about, you know, creating that future, writing the script for it in your mind, thinking ahead, allowing yourself to, you know, don't be scared to think of the future. And what that actually looks like in detail. What does the mundane everyday life look like when you're together? We have the High Priestess. And that is that inner knowing. And, you know, again, I'm reminded of a temple here. We have the pillars here. And she is the priestess, which is the feminine head of the church. And, you know, like I said, Spirit is always with you. Spirit is always guiding you. Your temple is all around you. You don't have to go to that cold stone building. If you want spiritual guidance, all you have to do is listen to that voice within. So I'm going to pull a telepathy song card here. We Will Be As One by Kylie Minogue. Yeah, that doesn't really need a lot of explanation, does it? The only problem with that title of the song, it's we will be. You already are, you already have been. You were one all along. You're just the two different polarities of the one soul. And it's about you know, realizing that you've always been one, that you don't, you know, you're not two separate entities. You need to get out of that thinking that you are two separate entities. So I'm going to finish off with a tea leaf reading. And we'll look into the cup to see what we can see. And I can see two heads, and they're like two heads that are on the coins. You know, two heads of state. And I feel like, you know, that's you when you're in union. You are the two heads of state. You are the emperor and the empress together in union. And I can see, I don't know if you can see here, there's like a serpent. Actually, it looks more like a seahorse. And I feel like the seahorse is that gentle masculine energy. Like, you know, like I said, he's a good boy. He doesn't do anything wrong. He's pure of spirit. But he's just, you know, following the wrong direction. He needs to follow the voice within. Follow the guidance from spirit. He's being led off track. He's being led astray at the moment. I'm also seeing like a cherub here, and that could be Cupid. That this is destined, this is meant to be. You know, there is no coming together. You already were together. You've always been together. You've always been one. So I'm going to leave that there, and if you liked that, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so already. And I send you all so much love and joy on your path. Take care now. Bye.